Another useful way to think about design thinking is as alternating periods of flare and focus, which we represent as a wave broadening and narrowing over time. Sometimes your job as a designer is to expand your thinking as widely as possible, to take in lots of new ideas and information, and to quickly imagine lots of different approaches and solutions. At other parts of the process, it's important to narrow down your thinking and address one particular challenge with one particular solution. During the discover phase, it's important for designers to remain open, to take in all kinds of information through observations and interviews, and to try not to prejudge a problem before really understanding it. Then during the focus phase, a designer uses all of that information to narrow in on one specific facet of a problem to tackle. Once the problem has been defined, the scope of thinking expands again as designers enter the imagine phase and begin brainstorming multiple solutions. Then designers will pick a solution to develop and narrowing their focus again as they develop a prototype. The cycle of prototyping, trying out the prototypes, and reflecting on what went wrong for the purpose of iterating, these cycles contained a bunch of these waves. Each time you iterate on a prototype, you expand your scope of thinking a little to address any problems that came up in the try stage. Your wave gets narrower and narrower the closer you come to a final prototype. Finally, the reflection on the process will expand your scope of thinking again. The design process is iterative. What you might learn from the reflect and share stage could inform another loop of the cycle. And although the design process is talked about as though it's linear, multiple cycles might exist within the larger cycle. The important thing about the design process is not to turn it into a recipe book, but to use it as a toolkit for tackling ill-structured problems.